Hey, it's Tom Smith from Garden State Koi, and we're at our greenhouses where we keep our fish for the winter. We selected these Japanese koi back in November during an epic trip to the mountains of Nagata, where all of these fish were hand-selected with probably over 20 breeders. The fish were then held through the winter and then shipped here to New Jersey. The fish have been in quarantine for about 8 weeks, and now we're just coming to take a look at them, see how they're doing, and we're getting ready to take some back to Garden State Koi. All these fish will be back at our retail store late April in our new koi palace, which is 8,000 gallons, and we're going to showcase all of these beautiful Japanese koi.
Hey everyone, we're up in the mountains of Yamabuki and we're attending a koi breeder show. Take a look at the beautiful mountains behind us. It's late October, the leaves haven't changed just yet, but let's take a walk around and look at some of the beautiful koi that are here.
Brian, do you know what these are?
Tancho.
They are, right? These are all, that's why I picked them, right? We don't get to see these a lot, but these are tancho goshikis. And this is a tancho showa. And showa because it has the black on its fins, on its front pectoral fins.
You said we don't see these a lot. Why don't we see these a lot? Are they rare?
Because, yeah, it's a rare fish. And so I'm in Japan, and we come to a breeder, and he has a tank just of these. I'm like, oh my God, they're goshikis. They're not only goshikis, they're tancho goshikis. They were expensive, but they are going to be such a hit this year at Garden State Koi because we don't see them a lot, and they're going to look great in your pond. The nice red on the head. And so again, tancho goshiki, which is the ones with the overlay pattern, tancho showa, and then this is a ginrin tancho kohaku with the pearl scales.
Gorgeous. Wow.
Gorgeous, right? With the pearl scales. But also look at this one, Brian, with the beautiful red and then the net pattern. The beautiful net pattern that runs down his back. This is what attracted me to these fish. I'm sorry, these are the nicest fish. Do you remember us at that tank? And then I just went bonkers.
I mean, look how much of the
He blackened up.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because you can tell because he's got the
You
red.
see all this, yep.
He's got the red and the black.
But
there.
like all this here was like light, and look at how dark it is now on the fish. That's really cool.
These are the fish that we picked from the side of the road in Japan. You know, we were just out on a tour up in the mountains of Nagata, and we pull off to the side, and there's two concrete tanks. These tanks were literally falling down the mountain in disrepair, but we peer into it, and there's just tons of gorgeous fish. I was the first one there, so I got the best pick of the crop. All of these showas. Some ginrin, some tancho. There's also a tancho kohaku in there. Gorgeous fish. This is all that breeder breeds, is this style. And the price was right also. These fish are 16 to 18 inches long, and they came out of like a garbage tank on the side of the road in the mountains. It's like finding a diamond from coal. It really is. Beautiful fish. These are going to be so well received in our new koi palace at Garden State Koi. We can't wait to get all of these koi into our new 8,000 gallon pond with the window. They are gonna look amazing.
This one is so vibrant.
That fish also is also a showa. It has black on its fins, and it's ginrin. Here's our last one coming into the tank. I picked a total of 8 fish.
Ginrin, what is that?
Ginrin is the pearl scales. These are freaking beautiful. Goshiki. These are the goshikis, Tommy. These are beautiful.
Yep. Look at the blue eyes.
Do I need the water?
Drain the water. Let the water go out. Maybe put your hand a little bit lower. Hold it tight. Perfect.
When you look on its left flank, it has what appears to be a rising sun. This fish was looked at, scrutinized, netted several times in Japan. And the fish had the name the koi of the rising sun. And when we're choosing all the different koi, that one kept getting put on the side. So finally it was my turn to pick. I said, I'll take the koi with the rising sun. And everybody's like, no, we wanted that fish. And even to this day, there's people in our group, I won't mention any names, that want that fish. This is the koi of the rising sun. And it's just so unique. Look at the orange sun on its left flank. It looks like it's rising between the mountains. And that's a Dojitsu showa. So scaleless fish, lots of black, lots of orange. We're hoping it's gonna turn to red, but looking great. The fish that we are moving. These are all Dojitsu showas, and except for the one tancho, which is also a Dojitsu tancho kohaku. That's the one on the left with the red dot. But these are all Dojitsu. It was some of the last fish that I selected in Japan. On the last day, at the last breeder, in the last hour, I thought I was done. I thought I had way overspent. I did way overspend, but I couldn't resist these 5 fish. They were gorgeous. We're gonna put them all in the tank for you here so you can see them up close. Dojitsu showas. And these are key utsuris. Again, a fish for us that's hard to find. The key means yellow. And ours is a mixture of yellow and black with a pearl scale. If you notice, some of them are iridescent. A couple of them are flat, but most of them are iridescent pearl scale key utsuri. Very hard to find. And when I got to Japan, there were tanks of them. So I grabbed, I think, 8 to 10, and they'll be at Garden State Koi this spring. Look at the colors. And these are platinum ogons. The breeder is Chigoro, some of the finest platinum ogons in the world. And so they're netting a few up from. We're gonna take 6 of these. So we're gonna get them bowled up now so everybody can see them. They're 16 to 18 inches long. Platinum, stark white, bright. It's one of the best looking fish in a koi pond. So in Japan we did a lot of this, a lot of spraying so that you could really see the fish. So if you notice now there's like a sheen and a lot of bubbles on the surface. So they use alcohol and they spray alcohol on the surface to get rid of the bubbles. And if we were really photographing these, like really wanted to get some good photos, Brian, we would take an umbrella and hold an umbrella over. Now look, all the bubbles are gone. And these are the platinum ogons. They're some of the best I've seen. The color, the sheen, the iridescent. This is one of the best breeders of platinum ogons. I don't know if I saw these fish in Japan or Chigoro. I don't know if we were for this breeder. If we were, I would have bought these in Japan. But now, I'm getting them here in the United States. These are Haruwaki. It's a yellow and white Dojitsu fish. Dojitsu is scaleless, so there's no scales on these fish, except for the large German scales that run down their dorsal. Very popular fish because they show up great. A little bit of metallic, look great in the sunlight. Haruwaki.
So you said you like the ones that have the little
So
like
this one right
spots?
here is my favorite one. That one right there. It's got the little spots on it, which reminds me of a golden trout. And when I was picking these fish in Japan, some of the breeders like, oh, that's a blemish. We'll put that one back. And I'm like, no, don't put it back. I want that one. It looks like a golden trout. And so this one right here, Haruwaki, and it's got the special dots on it that reminds me of a golden trout. It's gonna look great in somebody's pond. And there's nothing like yellow koi. It's one of the best colors that show up, popular. And so in here we've got Haruwaki and yamabuki ogon. Total of 16 pieces, and you can see how beautiful they are.
Always turn the bag long ways so the corners are in the corners of the box. Gives them some more room to swim around. Less water, more air. This is a sharp looking fish too.
Ooh, that's a nice looking one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the Aragoki I was talking about.
You want to put this back in there?
See that?
Watch your head. There we go.
That's freaking radical.
That's a great one right there.
That's a goshiki.
Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
I'll take that one.
You
That
want
in
this
your
one?
hand.
Ginrin goshiki?
Yep. Yep.
This is a cool fish too. I like this. See how like the ginrin is like a neon kind of? I think that's pretty cool. This is like a Dojitsu kin Haruwaki, like see the big scales on the side? That's like an Haruwaki. But it's a kin showa, which is